What's up, awesome people out there in YouTube and hey, probably Facebook land too. Hey, this is Denny with Music Fun, and we're just going to talk a little bit about this little puppy right here. This is a Fender Squire. It's a Bullet Telecaster. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about it. So I'm going to show you some unboxing footage. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of it, but it's significant. And here's some significant things about the unboxing of this little puppy right here. Okay? One of the things that's significant about it, and it is that when I picked the box up off my doorstep, the guitar was rattling around inside the box. Then, as I'm going to show you right now, the boxing material was simply a couple of cardboard rectangular things that were floating around in the box, and it was in a foam bag. That's it. Come on, Fender. You're selling guitars. Come on. Pack it a little better, okay? Fortunately, in my case, I don't think there was any damage to the guitar. I've looked it over very carefully. I'm going to show you a bunch of video and pictures of every little nook and cranny of this thing, so that if you are thinking about buying one of these things, you know, owning it, or if you have some, you know, budding guitar player you want to share this with, because they're all excited about playing guitar, it's a very affordable one. I got mine on Black Friday price, so it was pretty good. And $135, put it in the can. But you probably won't get it quite for that. If you do, good luck to you. I hope you do. Okay, so let's move on. First off, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Starting with the neck. Volume all the way up, tone all the way up. Okay, we're going to talk about, because it has some good, it does, and it has some bad, absolutely, and it really does, or did, have some ugly. Alright, so let's start at the top. Let's talk about the good stuff, because that's why you're here. You want to hear about this guitar, so let's talk about it. Okay, so first off, fretboard, it's dry, okay? Almost all inexpensive guitars that come inside the United States from someplace out, you know, the fretboards are dry. It's a Laurel fretboard, and it's nice and dark. I'm going to bring it in so you can see it. Now, the only thing, and I have done a couple of things, I couldn't do this demo, okay, with the condition it came out of the box. But right now we're going to talk about the good. I'm getting to that, okay? All right, so the paint, excellent shape. That's not a ding, it's just, see that? It's just the little marks that I put my hands all over it. Because I've touched it everywhere, looked at it, and tried to find any problems with the paint, okay? The paint's in pretty good. It's nice, even, consistent, and it's nice and glossy. Body feels nice, and it's very light. It's under 7 pounds, so it's very lightweight, and that can be good, but it also can be bad. Okay, it's poplar, according to Fender. It's poplar wood, which is like not basswood, at least, right? Body finish, glossy polyurethane. And, you know, it's in pretty good shape. Pure white pick guard. That's all you get. That's it. One level, white pick guard. Okay, so the nut. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the nut because this, I'm going to bring it right up to you so you can look at it, and I'm also going to show you some pictures of it. So here's the nut, and it's in nice and close for you. And the nut, at first appearance, appears to be cut nicely. I'm going to put it like that. The right depth, anyways. There's a lot of material from the nut, which they call synthetic bone. Okay, guys, I don't know. If you know what synthetic bone is, chime in, tell me, because I don't know what synthetic bone is. That like a synthetic person or cow? Synthetic bone, probably just plastic. Okay, so the nut, so it has a bunch of the shavings from when they cut the nut slots, and they're pretty much all over all of them. So that's going to be one thing that if you decide you want this guitar, you probably are going to have to, when you change the strings, and Lord knows you want to change the strings. These strings suck. Fretboard 9.5 radius, and I don't think I can show it to you, but it does have a nice radius, that fretboard. Can you see that? I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it. All right, turn it and flip it a little bit. Okay, so 9.5 on the radius. It's nice. I mean, it's okay. You know, I mean, if you like that type of radius, and you're not like a metalhead who has to have a 12 or 14 radius where that fretboard's nearly flat, then you play blues, classic rock, that kind of stuff, you know, 9.5 will do just fine. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the nut measurements. Okay, so, and I'm actually just going to show you some pictures and give you those as we're going. It feels thin to me. It feels almost toyish. Like, almost, anyways. It's certainly solid. It's, you know, it's not going to fall apart, but it feels like toyish. It's very thin. It's very lightweight. If you like that, it could be a good thing for you. That's all right, right? Scale length, 25.5, all that stuff. The neck pocket is really, really tight. I mean, there's no gap. So whatever CNC machine they were using, wow, it's a good fit. Okay, so no problems there. A little bit too much relief in the neck, which is also causing a little bit too high of action, and maybe after we flatten out the neck, then maybe we could get the bridge and adjust it down a little bit. So let's pause just for a second. Now, if you're still with me and you're considering buying this guitar for yourself, for your son, daughter, friend, a young person that's just getting started, keep in mind, yeah, it's inexpensive out of the box. It costs you about $150, give or take. I got it for $135, okay, on a Black Friday special. Okay, but if you're gonna, you might as well tack on another $100, at least $100, depending upon the condition of the one you get, for a setup. So it's not $150, it's $250. So think about that. Now there may be, and probably are, and I certainly know of some guitars out there that come a whole lot better set up than this one. And I'm not going to get into which ones yet, but we will. I might do some comparisons because I got a bunch of Tellies of different styles, and I love Tellies. I love the T style. That's one of my favorites besides Strats. Okay, so neck pocket really solid. Pickups, the height was a joke. Okay, and it was actually kind of a surprise. The pickups themselves are. Can you believe this? 8.6 for this. K ohms. I was blown away. I saw somebody else measure them in another video that was an older video about, the Bullet, and it was like half that. All right, tuners, I'll show you some pictures. They seem to be holding for the hour that I've been messing around with it before I recorded this. Okay, skunk strut, typical Fender, right? It is a nice satin finish on the neck, and that's nice because I like satin finish. I don't like painted necks as much when it comes to comfort and feel. Okay, so there's some of the good things. The bad, the packing, awful, just horrendously awful. The string height, bleh, bad. I'm showing you pictures. You're right up at the top of high. I like them low. Not super low, but like medium low, and so they're coming down. And while that thought is, I haven't rocked the frets or anything like that, but I have a suspicion, playing some of the first position chords, which I'm about to show you, that a couple of the frets might, either that or the nut is going to need some adjustment because it's not playing true in the first position all the way. Okay, so before we do that, let's talk about the cost of setup. So you got this really cheap, it's the bargain basement Fender Squire Telecaster, Bullet, right? You get it for $135 to $150, commonly at $150, just about anywhere, right? You're gonna add on a setup. Now, in my neighborhood, I can fix it. I have no issue with that. I can do whatever with the guitar and I'll get it perfect for me. But you may not be able to. And if that's the case, I want you to think before you buy this or any other online inexpensive guitar, is go do a little shopping of what setups cost you in your neighborhood, whatever city you live in or whatever. Do a little shopping around and find yourself a deal, somebody that has good reviews, preferably, and is going to do you right. And then tack that price onto your inexpensive guitar. If you're lucky and know how to do it yourself, hey, it's a no-brainer. You can, piece of cake, right? Unless there's something really wrong with it. And honestly, there's nothing really wrong with this that can't be fixed in a matter of a couple of hours. I have some future plans for it, and I'll give you a teaser. I'm going to do a custom paint job, and I might even do a giveaway with this one. I'm seriously thinking about it. But either way, I'm going to do I'm going to mod some stuff on it. I'm going to change the pots. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff. Hey, sending out some love to you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And remember, have some music fun today.